Spectacular Magazine. We on the scene.
All right, we'll open up with which people you want to start with any statement. We'll go into questions.
Yeah, good game to work on some things for us. Thought we did that, but we were aggressive. There are good lessons there too. Really happy that we had some good rebounding in there. That was important. Obviously, they were not a very tall team. Rebounding was important coming off our closed exhibition. So that was key for us. I thought we'd get a little bit better. And also had to be respectful of the ball. That team hustled beautifully, hustled all over the floor, never quit. Turnovers were a part of us not taking care of it and being aggressive. So that was good for us to have people really coming after us. We actually handled the pressure better in our closed exhibition than we did in this, which I think is interesting and worth a good lesson for us. In terms of Onome, she's just so aggressive. She only took 5 shots, needs to take more, needs to have the ball on the block more. That is something we need to look to do. Excellent double-double for her. And again, 4 out of 5. 5 is not enough. That needs to improve. For Jade, again, 8 for 10, being efficient like she was. That was super. Like to see her aggressive. Need more rebounds from her. But both post players were aggressive and needed to be. So it was a good game for us, lessons, and we'll move forward.
Julie, I'd like to ask you a big picture question. Where's your team right now? Where do you see it in March, and what do you have to do to go from here to there?
Oh, gosh. Well, I see good improvement. I think we are so far from March, I can't begin to describe that to you, simply because it is November. Michaela is coming back. We'll have to fold her in. She'll be very important for our guard depth. Playing without Mila again. We have 2 players missing completely, both of which handle the basketball. So until we get them factored into a nice rotation, we're not going to know how good we can be. And that would build our depth, and more importantly, it would build our point guard depth. We had some funny plays today with people handling the ball that shouldn't have been in that situation. It wasn't as efficient or, as we wanted it to be. So I would say that we're a long way away. As Onome gains experience, she's going to understand her ability to get double-doubles and how to attack. Jade as well. We're just a work in progress. Work in progress.
Let me ask you about the turnovers. Haley had 6 in the first half, only 1 in the second half.
Yeah.
What changed?
Her mindset, she was not happy with that. Haley's a competitor. She's a great player. She's coming off an excellent, these players, it's tough to be consistent. Her closed exhibition was phenomenal. She was coming off a phenomenal game coming into this, and I think it's important. It's hard to be consistent. They did a good job attacking her. That was part of their strategy, and I think she understood that, and at halftime made that adjustment. But to be consistent every night out, to be able to perform every night out, regardless of the defenses, that's what separates the great players from the good players.
Question for the players, ladies. When you're playing a smaller team, how does that kind of help polish your inside game? I know that both of you guys are fairly young when it comes to college basketball, so how does it kind of help you build confidence moving forward to the rest of the season?
I'll go first. I'll say whenever we're playing a smaller team, we're always going to look for a close entry. So I definitely wanted to start on offense early in the game. I thought I could have started a little bit earlier, but that was definitely my main focus to get to the paint and finish.
I think when we play a smaller team, I think we're going to try to take advantage of that because we're bigger, and that just means the post has to work harder to get the ball up more consistently. We'll mismatch every time.
It's your first double-double. Talk about how the speed of the game is going for you, and do you feel like you can become more aggressive as you get closer to the conference time?
I think I could get more aggressive, but I also think in practice and preseason we'd be challenged to get with the speed of the game. We'd be challenged the whole time. For preseason, we worked a lot on just running the floor, just getting as much effort as you can down the court, and I think that's been really helpful. It could get a lot better. I think sometimes I slow down, but over time I think coaches really challenged us and running the floor. It's been really helpful.
Jade, speaking of speed, you came on really at the end of last year, got in the rotation, were able to do some good things. And it seems like you're kind of carrying that along now as we come into the season. What's changed for you, especially with regard to the speed of the game? Because it seems like things are moving slower for you, or like you're seeing things in a way that you weren't seeing last year, earlier in the year. Can you describe what it's like to play now and how you're seeing the court differently now as opposed to early last year?
Yeah, I definitely have experience now, like we talked about. I know the speed of the game, so what's different for me is like, instead of worrying about a bunch of things like plays and who are, I just want to focus on 2 or 3 things, and obviously the scout, so like what can I do consistently every single game, so I'm looking to score, rebound, and pass every single game, no matter who we're playing.
This is a question for Coach. So you guys outscored the Eagles 42-20 in the paint today. How important is inside scoring this season compared to years past?
Every year, it's so important. I think the paint points make huge difference in all games. And obviously, it was very good of us to do that today, and it's going to be something that we need to be consistent about. Again, our game has to be our game, regardless of who we play. You can't be dictated to by the opponent. We need to show up and do what we do. And Onime and Jade need to go to work every game and want to get those paint points as well as their teammates, but those are critical.
Julian, regarding kind of dictating the game, you're able to build a big lead early based on fast breaks, dribble penetration, and they were unable to stop that. And their coach made an adjustment to slow the pace and sort of surround the basket. What did you think of your team's response to that? And what were the good things they did, and what were sort of the negative things they did?
Yeah, I think that they're extremely well coached, and he's a terrific coach, absolutely super. I think our response to that was, well, it was good in places. We showed some patience. We got some things that we were looking for offensively in terms of slips or curls or different sets. But we also were off balance a bit. I thought that we were sloppy, missed a lot of easy shots underneath, things like that. I think it was an okay response. We didn't keep up the intensity. We started strong, and we didn't keep that through 40 minutes. I think there was an ebb and flow, and to their credit, I mean, they did well and adjusted a little bit, and I think we really need to clamp down on defense. And they had the ball longer, so we really need to make them defend more, and I don't think we always did that as well as we should have.
Julian, I know the plan is to play out more on the perimeter this year. She had 6 assists and no turnovers today. Is that a sign that she's evolving into more of an
Yeah,
offensive
Nay's
player?
really, again, Nay was coming off a fabulous closed exhibition game, so she also had to set a standard very high, and she, rebounding wise, she's going to have to be a lot more than 3 rebounds for us, but the 6 assists were great, and she doesn't turn the ball over. She sees the game pretty well. It's hard to get Nay in a rush. She tends to slow down, and again, she needs more attempts, 7 out of 10. We need to get the ball in certain spaces a little bit better, which we will do, but there's no doubt that she's playing guard-like and using her guard skills. She's not playing inside anymore.
How much of that, getting her more shots is a function of her, and how much of it is the team? Because when Duke was going off the dribble, she was just cutting them up.
Yeah.
And when they went kind of that zone,
Yeah.
it seemed like she got fewer attempts, but wasn't also maybe looking for it as much as she should have.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's probably a 50-50. She's responsible for 50%, and we'll be responsible for the other 50. There's just some subtleties when a play's called for you, cutting in front of the defense, making it happen. I think Nay sometimes, she sees her team so well, and sometimes I don't think she focuses on exactly what she can do in that moment. And in the second half, I think that was part of it. But she's an excellent player, and she's learning and growing. And again, 6 assists. She's a triple-double waiting to happen. She can rebound, she can score, she can dish the ball. And I think that she just got to work on her intensity. Playing 40 minutes hard all the time, regardless of the opponent, regardless of the score.
How important will she be when Haley's kind of struggling, when she struggled early? How important will it be for her to really be aggressive early on nights where Haley is kind of taking a little?
Well, I think for her and for everybody, I think as you saw, we had almost 5 people in double figures. I mean, we need everybody to score and everybody to be a threat. If we get 5 in double figures every game, that'll be perfectly fine. That balance is important to us. Jade's got to do her work. Onime. Haley, yes, Nay. You saw Rhea coming off the bench. Again, Mila's not here. Michaela's not here yet. Those are 2 individuals that are both capable of double-figure scoring. And so we just got to continue to build it and also bring our game, bring what we offer individually.
What's the challenge and the advantage of starting on the road to start the season right now?
Again, we start on the road almost every year I've been here. Sometimes it's hard to get home dates and things of that nature, but I like it. I mean, I liked our trip that we took again for the close scrimmage. That was on a neutral. That was away on a neutral. And I think it just gives you time to focus. I thought our focus was off a little bit today. I didn't think we were sharp at certain points. So something about the road that really makes you hone in a little bit. Now, we're going to have to be both home and away, but I look forward to it. It'll be a great challenge for us, a great opportunity.
This is for the
Emily, what
players.
goes through your mind when your coach tells you you need to shoot more?
Everyone wants to hear that, so it's definitely exciting. But also, it puts a challenge on me to just be better every day and just like look for the ball.
For the players, Nay bolted out 6 for 6 start, 13 points. How did her hot start help you guys and energize you guys as a team?
Nay's an amazing player to play with, so when she starts becoming aggressive, it's very easy to fall into that. We're always gonna, at least I feel like I'm always gonna feed off of her energy. So yeah, it's very easy to just fall into that.
I think I agree with Jade on that. Nay's was great. Like once she starts going, I just get out of the way because you know she's gonna make basically every single thing. It's like, get out.
You just follow
really
her.
cool.
You just follow her, yeah.
I mean, this was your first game in front of like against an opponent in Cameron from a real crowd. And, can you speak to your kind of your poise and your focus in this game? Because maybe if making criticisms that you needed to shoot more, that's a pretty good criticism compared to you defended well, you rebounded well, you took advantage of opportunities. What did it feel like out there in this kind of setting, and how were you able to stay so poised?
I would say I've had a lot of prep in practices, both from the team, from the coaches. I started off a little rough, just getting things together. Like someone's always there to hold me accountable in practice. Like you got to do this, you got to do that. And then over time, I think you just realize that there's always going to be people telling you, you got to do this, you got to do that. But you also got to be able to still stay focused, still play through all of that. It's definitely translated into the game, I think.
Okay. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
We do have the last
Nice job,
coach
ladies.
coming in
Okay,
here in a
go get your
sec.
autographs. Go get your post autograph.
Come back here.